Basically, 3 points. In the first instance, you can see how focused politically Atiku Abubakar is. He did not allow the death of the former president Muhammadu Buhari to disrupt his own political timetable. He resigned from the People's Democratic Party just as he scheduled it. And what remains of the People's Democratic Party? Granted that Atiku Abubakar contributed to the downfall of the People's Democratic Party when he was blind to the justice of allowing the South to produce a successor to somebody who spent 8 years as Nigeria's president from the North, while he himself is also from the North. So, definitely Atiku Abubakar contributed to the downfall of the People's Democratic Party. I credit him for his focus because, as a matter of fact, the Yoruba people say you must not mourn the dead and forget the living, because life must continue after the death of somebody. And if you ask me, those who are mourning Buhari are those who benefited from his 8 years of misrule. So, in the mourning of Muhammadu Buhari, I see self-centeredness and hypocrisy. I don't want to mention some people who are mourning Buhari hypocritically. It will be an unfortunate fact should somebody like Peter Obi mourn Muhammadu Buhari sincerely or with sincerity of heart. Somebody like Peter Obi, because what will be the value that Peter Obi represents? I'm just using Peter Obi as an example of somebody I would not have expected to mourn Muhammadu Buhari. Because as a matter of fact, this man, Muhammadu Buhari, represented hardship for Nigerians, for common Nigerians. As a president, he doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister, not accounting for anything as president or petroleum minister of Nigeria. Beyond perpetuating the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, ravaging human lives and economic resources of Nigeria. And Muhammadu Buhari added herdsmen terrorism, which he empowered with AK-47. And these herdsmen terrorists became more audacious than ever before throughout Nigeria, for that matter, just because their sympathizer, who has always been their empathizer for decades. So, who knew that while he was looking for power to empower the herdsmen terrorists? I remember during the reign of that was in the 1980s, when the herdsmen terrorists invaded some farms in Shaki, Oyo State, and those people dealt with them. Muhammadu Buhari could not contain it. He went to see the governor of Oyo State. I don't want to rack my head for who that governor was. Lamadeshina was the governor then. Muhammadu Buhari left the north to go and meet him, to query him why he should allow, why the Shaki people should fight back against the herdsmen terrorists. So Muhammadu Buhari has always been sentimental in favor of the herdsmen terrorists. So he has been their patron for decades before becoming the president, fooling Nigerians that he was coming to fix Nigeria and make Nigeria to progress, only to worsen the situation of Nigeria, adding herdsmen terrorism to the ravaging war against the Boko Haram Muslim community. So, what is anybody mourning in Muhammadu Buhari? So, while I credit Atiku Abubakar for not allowing the death of Muhammadu Buhari to disrupt his own political timetable. So he resigned from the PDP as he scheduled it. So that is focus in life. So what do I mean by Atiku and Dele Momodu letting the cat out of the bag? Yes, before now, some weeks ago, if not more than a month, Dele Momodu came out to say, surprisingly, and I'm still surprised, but less now than then, saying that only somebody from the north can defeat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I was wondering, it doesn't make any sense at all. Even if that is your imagination, you should still question why it can only be somebody from the north to defeat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who by 2027 would have spent only 4 years, while somebody from the north had spent 8 years. So it made no sense other than ulterior motive. Now we know the ulterior motive working for Atiku Abubakar, because they both resigned from the People's Democratic Party at the same time. So we need not ask anymore whether Dele Momodu has been working and is working for Atiku Abubakar or not. But let me sound this note of warning to Atiku and his supporters. The only way Atiku can sustain and secure his political future is by supporting the aspiration of Peter Obi and Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. That is what Nigerians, reasonable Nigerians who mean well for Nigeria, will support wholeheartedly and massively. More massive than in 2023. That's the truth. So if he doesn't want to mess up himself again, as in the past, he should support Peter Obi and Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. That is sure card. Anything other than that is dicey, is unsure, and bound to fail. That's the truth. Because as I keep saying, Peter Obi represents North, South, and zonal justice. What I mean, so, and to separate Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed from him, on what basis? Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed is from the north and is a Muslim. Peter Obi is a Christian. So you have to justify why Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed cannot be and should not be Peter Obi's running mate. Otherwise, if there is no justification for it, haven't met every expected criterion, is from the north, is a Muslim. So, there should be no reason to say Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed cannot run. For what reason? There must be reason. You have to have reason for your position. Convincing reason, objective reasoning, and not emotion and sentiment. That's the issue.